This is my second installment in a series of WWE Sucks videos. Once again, I'm a huge WCW and ECW fan. I'm also a bitter WCW and ECW fan. I don't like what WWE did to ECW, and I don't like how WWE paints WCW, making them seem like they were terrible, a joke of a promotion. They were some unwatchable garbage, and that they suck, and that their brand was always superior. And I didn't appreciate Vince alienating the WCW fans during the invasion angle. And once again, I'm sick of WWE fans constantly defending garbage. WWE sucks now. Okay, I gave this WrestleMania a good review when I saw it. I enjoyed it when I saw it, mostly because I kept my expectations really, really low because there was a lot of garbage. There was a lot of garbage shows, and I wanted this show, WrestleMania, the biggest show of the year, to be the best show of the year. But if you compare this pay-per-view, WrestleMania 27, the same with 28, if you compare these pay-per-views to the past pay-per-views of WWE and WCW and ECW, they're poor. WrestleMania 27 and 28 were good wrestling shows, I guess, but they were terrible, piss poor WrestleManias. Okay, the first match of the night was Edge versus Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship. This was an awesome match to start the show. I was pissed off a World Heavyweight title match was starting the show, but at the same time, I was just happy that it was a good match, and I was happy to see Edge beat Alberto Del Rio, who I didn't think deserved to be in a World Heavyweight title match at WrestleMania. The next match was Randy Orton versus CM Punk. This was an awesome match. I thought the build up to this feud was terrible, but I really want to see a Randy Orton and CM Punk match. Both of those guys work well together, even though the feud itself with the whole new Nexus thing was just terrible. But I love Randy Orton and CM Punk, so this was an awesome match. Rey Mysterio and Cody Rhodes. Rey Mysterio and Cody Rhodes also had an awesome match. I'm glad Rey Mysterio put over Cody. This was one of the better feuds of that year, 2011. Rey Mysterio and Cody Rhodes. The next match, or the match I expected to be, was the United States title match between Daniel Bryan and Sheamus. This match didn't even make it on the card because The Rock took too much time in the beginning with his promo, and Snooki, they had to give time to Snooki and Jerry the King Lawler and Michael Cole. This match didn't even make it onto the card. It was the opening match. It was a dark match before the show, and Sheamus beat Daniel Bryan for the United States title. A United States title match was a dark match at WrestleMania. And then they screw the fans twice by not giving us this match. The next year at WrestleMania 28, it was for the World Heavyweight title in the opening match, and they buried and squashed Daniel Bryan and the world title in 18 seconds. Pathetic. The next match of the night was the Core, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, Ezekiel Jackson, and their leader, Wade Barrett versus Kofi Kingston, Santino Marella, Kane, and Big Show. This was surprisingly a good match for being under 2 minutes. The work rate was good, but the booking was terrible. Why would you have the Core, who is supposed to be your dominant, powerful heel stable, get squashed in under a minute at WrestleMania? Once again, because The Rock took so much time in the beginning, and they had to give time to Snooki and Cole and Lawler, that this match didn't get the time it needed. Oh, the next match of the night, this was the worst match of the night. This was Jerry the King Lawler with Jack Swagger in his corner this was Michael Cole versus Jerry the King Lawler with Jack Swagger in Michael Cole's corner, and Stone Cold Steve Austin in Jerry the King Lawler's corner. This was an atrocious match. I don't know why this was on a pay-per-view. That just goes to show you. I don't know why this was a special attraction. However, I did love Stone Cold's involvement in the match, giving Stone Cold stunners to Swagger and Josh Matthews and Booker T. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Booker T, and The Rock actually made this show seem more epic than it really was. Then next was what was the next match? Oh yeah, Undertaker versus Kane. Undertaker versus Triple H in a street fight. This was an awesome match. Undertaker beats Triple H. I hated that. Once again, they failed to showcase the young guys, but they showcased Undertaker. But they were Undertaker and Triple H stole the show. Once again, two 90s superstars stole the show, and that pisses me off. They're not showcasing the young guys really good. WrestleMania is all about Undertaker and 90s stars. The next match of the night, and this was the main event was the next match of the night was John Morrison, Trish Stratus, and Snooki versus Lay Cool. I think it's Michelle McCool, Dolph Ziggler, and Vicky Guerrero. This match sucked. It was awful. I hated how they misused. Why was this on this card? Why was Snooki here? It was terrible. John Morrison and Dolph Ziggler didn't even get in they barely got in the match. The two wrestlers barely got in the match. It was all Trish Stratus. I didn't blame John Morrison for snubbing her at the end. I was pissed at how misused John Morrison was. This guy should have been in the main event competing for the WWE Championship, or at least in a better match, or Money in the Bank or something. Same with Ziggler. But this was awful. But no, they had to compete here, and Snooki beat Vicky with some crappy move. It was just terrible. This is one of the main reasons. Why this show as a WrestleMania sucked. The main event was John Cena versus The Miz. This was a surprisingly good match, considering I didn't expect a good match out of The Miz and John Cena, two guys who were really not that good, and Miz being the worst of the two. But this was surprisingly a good match. My favorite part was the part when Rock came in the ring and rock bottom John Cena and cost him the title. Then came back to the ring and rock bottom The Miz. But this match, even though this match surprised me how good it was, this match sucked. The fans didn't care, and The Miz and John Cena should never be the main event of a pay-per-view. If The Miz has the main event of pay-per-view, it should have been against his rival and tag team partner Morrison, and John Cena and The Rock should have fought that year, 2011, at WrestleMania. But the booking was just atrocious, and just an awful show. It was a good wrestling show. There was some good matches on here, but as a WrestleMania, this show sucks. If you compare it to any pay-per-views of the past, this WrestleMania was piss poor. All right, Dugout.